Ready to get this thing jump started. Shout out to Playback TV as always. Do you want to get this segment going? Let's run it down. All right, bet. So check this out, Lakers land. I was sitting here earlier today, this afternoon, and I was wondering, should the Lakers be patient or should they go all in this offseason going into October, November, December? I mean, I'm kind of torn between the two decisions because there's a decision that could be made one way or another. In one hindsight, I'm looking at it like, Luca isn't just staying for 3 years. He pretty much just gave Rob Pelinka the green light to go all in. And let me be clear, this is the biggest shift in Lakers strategy since LeBron first came in 2018. Don't get it twisted. Before this extension, the Lakers front office, they was hesitant to take on long contracts. Well, you know why? Because there was really no guarantee that Luka was going to commit. They wasn't going to bring in a whole bunch of guys for a whole bunch of years that was going to wind up being more of a liability than an asset. But now he's locked in. And that means that the Lakers are officially back in the trade market. Star trade market, rotation piece trade market, big questions still linger. We're talking about a front office that can finally say, yes, let's push in assets. Yes, let's chase another star. Because Luka isn't leaving anytime soon. In my opinion, this kind of changes the entire NBA landscape point blank period. The Lakers just turned from a cautious organization waiting out, LeBron James timeline into a contender that's ready to dominate the next decade if the right buttons are pushed. If you think about it, Pelinka ain't really plotting the next blockbuster. I don't know. If you think Rob Pelinka ain't plotting the next blockbuster move, then you might want to think again. This could actually be the start of a whole new chapter. In hindsight, I mean, the Lakers have Luka for 3 more years. That's a minimum. And they're finally going to get to burn some top assets, like I said, to get him some help that's going to be needed for him to win a title while he's in the purple and gold. But there's just two sides to this story and two sides to the coin, as always, as far as what they should do. Should the Lakers be patient? I mean, there's a lot to the Lakers kind of standing tall and just building slowly. You got LeBron James exit coming up soon. That's going to clear huge cap space. Some would say there's really no need for no panic type trade for that reason alone. Luka's extension also buys time. You don't want to overpay for the wrong star so early. Then the Western Conference itself is like a minefield. There's really no moves that guarantee you a title. That's another thing to consider. Also, I believe long-term flexibility might be smarter than actual chasing a quick splash. Those are the really things that I kind of highlight when we're talking about should the Lakers stay patient. For those who feel like they should push their chips in now, I can't really blame you in that notion either. Luka is 26 years of age? He's entering prime MVP years, most definitely. We was just talking about him needing to chase these individual accolades along with the major hardware. This 3-year commitment, it gives Rob Pelinka, I believe, a window to build aggressively. Waiting around does kind of risk wasting Luka's best seasons. You don't want to play with that. Luka definitely has a lot of basketball minutes on his legs. It's really him and LeBron kind of similar in a sense. You can't really look at their age and judge them. Look at the amount of minutes and amount playing with grown men. Luka has been doing it for a long time. But the league is wide open overall. Denver seems a little bit vulnerable. Boston seems a little bit vulnerable. Me personally, I'm not sold on OKC being that dominant. You might got to strike it while it's hot. So, should the Lakers go all in on another superstar trade right now, or should they keep stacking assets until that perfect opportunity comes up? I like the Andrew Wiggins consideration. I'm gonna keep it real. What you will have to give up for him, we talked about that. Having to pay him $30 million is a little bit of a stretch. But I just think what he brings defensively, I like Rui, but if you have to give up Rui in that deal, I think we just seen our ceiling with Rui Hachimura in the Laker uniform. I don't know if he can. I'm not gonna say he can only get any worse, but I don't know if Rui could get any better playing alongside with Luka and LeBron. So maybe it would be time to shift gears. But I don't know, man. This is something that I think people really gonna have to really consider and think about. Just from a fan perspective, how should Rob Pelinka and them carry it now that they've got Luka quote unquote locked in? Should they, you know, go for a big trade right now, or should they just keep their composure? There's so many ways to kind of spin that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about what the Lakers should do ultimately. Now that they done got kind of Luka locked in, should they go all in, or should they be patient and build that way? Next up, I wanted to talk about my boy Bronny James. A lot of y'all don't want to show Bronny the love that I like to show on him on Lakers land. I've been rocking with Bronny. I'm a supporter of Bronny. I'm gonna keep supporting Bronny James. And to me, Bronny isn't out here to be LeBron. We already know that. I believe that Bronny ultimately is out here to carve out a role of his own. I've been saying that I believe if Bronny James is going to have a career in the NBA, it's going to be on the defensive side of the basketball court. And I'm standing on that. And I believe two terms that best define Bronny James right now, going into this upcoming season, is POA defender, point of attack defender, and an off ball mover. For a Lakers team that has struggled with guard containment, Bronny James, his ability to fight through screens, cut off driving angles, funnel guys towards the rim protector, I believe is valuable. Bronny James don't have no shutdown capability, going against all-stars and stuff like that right away. But if he can just disrupt rhythm guards, deny some entry passes, he now has Marcus Smart to help and mentor him defensively. Those guys can make life uncomfortable for the opposition in the backcourt. I think Bronny James instantly playable in high leverage minutes alongside with Marcus Smart, the energy, the discipline, the toughness at the point of attack defense. I think that, again, he's going to get his calling card one way or another on that side of the basketball court. Shout out to my boy Justo in the building. And I'm feeling like offensively, Bronny James isn't a high usage player. We can criticize him all day and all night. Sometimes he's given us a lot of reasons to criticize him. But I think that's where the term off-ball mover comes in when we're talking about Bronny. He's not going to dominate the basketball like Luka. He's not going to dominate the basketball like James. He thrives by relocating after the pass. You watch Bronny James play, cutting back door when defenders are ball watching, spotting up in the corners. Like, I believe that's critical when you're playing alongside ball dominant stars like LeBron and Luka. if Bronny could just knock down, some shots, I mean, damn. That's the one thing about it, bro, is that efficiency. If Bronny can knock down, catch and shoot threes, just at a league average clip, combined with his natural athleticism, his instincts to space and crash the boards, I think Bronny becomes a connector, the type of role player who, keep lineups flowing without demanding the touches. You got two of the best playmakers in the entire NBA and LeBron and Luka on the floor. Moving without the basketball might be Bronny James' quickest way to scoring opportunities offensively, but he's just not knocking down shots. And then he's not always aggressive. He likes to defer. We talked about how comfortable Bronny James is at this point in his career. It's early, but I think the comfortability is going to be there sooner than later. I see a lot of upside in him. Still got a lot of work to do. I think Marcus Smart, his impact, bro, is going to have a huge effect on a lot of the people in the Lakers team in the locker room. He's going to hold people accountable, even down to LeBron and Luka. So that's just a quick breakdown that I had for, Bronny James. At the end of the day, I like what I'm seeing from the beginning to where we are now. And as long as he just stick to the script, keep working, he ain't going to get no complaints from me. I want to pull up this video. Dwight Howard, I forgot what show it was on, but he gave a comparison of the differences between Kobe and LeBron. Let me see if I can pull a video up on Twitter and we'll talk about it. I really didn't even get a chance to actually listen to it. So I said, let me go ahead and bring it to the show. So he was on the Club 520 podcast, and he explained the difference between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. So let me pull that up if I can, and we will get right to the business. Give me 1 second.
You played with Brian, you played with Kobe. Like, what was the difference between them two?
Kobe's an asshole. Not saying he's an asshole to me. I'm just saying, like, his personality, like, he an asshole. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Bron give a fuck. He want everybody to like him. He want to joke around, laugh, have a good time. I just think they two ends of the spectrum.
Who you think was better?
Shit. Scoring wise, you got to go with Kobe.
And Bron got the most points in league history.
Because he played for the longest. And he getting dunks and layups. I'm talking
but
about
that's scoring, though.
It is scoring. I'm always going with Kareem because I think he got the one shot. I used to tell them Kareem to go because he got the one shot and nobody could stop. And he had 30,000 points doing twos.
That is crazy.
He have no threes.
Hold on, yeah, he had answered the question, bro.
Okay, right.
Who better, Bron or Kobe?
You right,
Bron or Kobe?
You right.
Damn, man. Yeah, I try to let you get up the...
I'm glad they made him stand on business and bring it back. We need an answer. That's what I'm talking about. Great journalism. Stand on your business. Where we at?
Trying to
with everything combined, you got to give it to LeBron.
Okay.
Bat scoring wise, I gotta say I like Kobe. If it's late in the game, I'm giving the ball to Kobe.
Respect. Okay. I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster. I don't need that.
A bag,
I don't need a bag.
Don't let him get off the question, man.
We don't do moves.
That's one of Kobe's.
I ain't gonna front. It's no way I'm letting this man look at his hand and the ball
And
and,
he hit that
shoot
bitch
it
every time.
He do. He look right at his hand and look at them and go back.
That's the part
That's
of the
how I know.
bag.
That's how I know he the GOAT, bro. When he was younger, he used to get real disrespectful and spin the ball in his hands and jab. I'm like, Brian is so fucking disrespectful because we know you're not passing, bro.
I think y'all might got Brian fucked up. Brian got a bag, bro.
Interesting conversation. I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to the guys. Dwight Howard, he says over what he say overall, he's gonna have to give it to LeBron. But if it came down to the last shot, he's going with Kobe Bean Bryant. I'm not mad at that at all. I wouldn't even be mad if he picked, Kobe Bryant as his greatest of all time. I mean, we kind of talked about this before. To me, I just feel like we have to identify the difference between being the greatest and being a better basketball player. I think there are differences. And what are we including when we having the GOAT conversation? Are we including impact off the basketball court? I feel like Kobe Bryant, the impact he had off the basketball court with people, with the Mamba mentality, Michael Jordan with the whole "I want to be like Mike" campaign, those impacts on people were huge, more than I believe James's impact on the people. So, depending on how you measuring it, you honestly could have a conversation. But at the end of the day, this is still LeBron James' world, and talking about LeBron don't really have a bag. I mean, LeBron to me can do it all. I believe LeBron is a 5 level scorer. It's just not pretty. This is freight train James we talking about. He didn't have the footwork like Kobe Bryant or none of that type of time. But, overall, I'm definitely digging and respect LeBron's game. I'm not saying he has more moves or his bag is deeper than Kobe's. I'm not saying that at all, but you know, LeBron can get it done. That's my thing. From anywhere on the basketball court, LeBron can get it done. It might look different, but the points they amount the same. Shout out to my dog Bit in the building. Bit, what's good? Let me get my boy Bit up in here real quick. They changed our little segments up. Bit, what's that word? Bit, can you hear me? Boy Justo, and let's get y'all guys up in here.
Yo.
What's up with y'all? What's that word for all?
Oh, I'm just now seeing the playback update. I'm like, I don't even know how to work this shit.
Bro, it's so much. We had a meeting earlier today for all the creators, bro. They have changed this thing so much, especially like
Why?
for people
Why though?
watching. For people watching, like it's a whole bunch of slick stuff, yo. I gotta break it down. It's gonna take a minute, but I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. It's a lot of slick stuff that they got going on, but it's just a lot to try to digest and explain. But it's gonna be dope though. What's up with y'all though?
Nothing much, man. Chilling, man. Let's to your segment, man.
Hey, I need with Kobe and LeBron. Dwight said that he's giving it to LeBron overall because of when you look at all the numbers and everything. But when you talk about scoring, he's giving it to Kobe. Do you think that statement is based off of favoritism or is that a fact? Was Kobe a better scorer than LeBron?
Well, you go ahead, Big. You go. I'll let you answer first.
About to say, what was the question again?
Do you think that Kobe was a better scorer than LeBron James, regardless of LeBron having the most points in NBA history? With the making that statement, does that seem like more of a favoritism statement, or is that more fact that Kobe was a
I
better
think
scorer than James?
I think I hate the argument. I hate the comparison because it's really between which do you like more? Do you prefer what Kobe does, a bag, footwork, etc. that LeBron has, just not to the extent of Kobe. I think LeBron is a better scorer than Kobe in my opinion. Especially once you factor in not just scoring, but playmaking as well. But if we're just talking about specifically scoring, even still, LeBron can shoot the three better than Kobe. Where everybody hates to ignore the numbers, but then when you say LeBron shoots a better percentage from three and bring up the numbers, they say, well, Kobe still would make more shots from three. So I don't like the arguments that are made for Kobe's side, but Bron is just a better scorer. He's better at the rim. Kobe has mid range. Bron is better from three. The post work, you can, bro. They act like LeBron has no post game at all. It's just non-existent. He's never made anything in the post ever. I got Bron.
You got Bron?
Yeah, I got Bron as well. Like, I feel like that goes back to IQ, like your IQ of a basketball player, which is extremely higher than Kobe. So it's like he's gonna have a different shot selection or different shot input. So it's like Kobe is like he was just an all gas don't break type of player. Like he would shoot like middies or so he'll dunk, but he never shot those threes. He didn't shoot as much threes in his career as LeBron did. I feel like LeBron he controlled the pace of the game. Like I'll take that and having a player that's just that's always all gas no breaks, just shooting all the time or just do what he wants and not passing the ball. So I don't know. I just got Brian. I got Brian in that aspect.
I thought Justo's disrespect to Luca was crazy. Your disrespect to Kobe Bryant, what you just said, is just beyond insane. All
How?
gas, no breaks,
He
low
was.
basketball IQ.
He
Kobe?
was.
Really?
Yes. He
You
didn't have no
saying that with a
No,
IQ.
straight
no
I know your
basketball
camera down. You
IQ
saying that
is
with a straight
crazy.
face?
He
Really?
didn't have.
No basketball IQ. Just though
He didn't have no. If y'all really think about it, he didn't have no IQ. Like, I feel like
Huh?
he shot. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I'm not trying to cut you off, bro, but you're telling me that Kobe Kobe didn't have good basketball IQ. I'm confused.
Come on now. That man shot. He was shooting on two or three people. That's a good IQ.
it's because
That's a
he
good IQ to
had
you.
to, bro. You gonna
No, he did
pass it,
not. No,
bro?
he
You
did
gonna
not.
pack, bro? Them year when Shaq got traded, and it was just Kobe and Lamar Odom. And you want me to pass the ball to Smush motherfucking Parker and Kwame Brown?
Hey, Brian did it with less. So that's
He
all I'm
did, bro.
saying.
But Bron is a different breed. He
And,
trusts
and
his
that's
teammates more than
and
Kobe
that's
did.
why he's a better player than Kobe.
I'm
I
not
agree.
even mad that you feel
I
like
agree with you,
LeBron
but
IQ is
Kobo is
higher than Kobe, but the way you saying it
You
make it
gotta
seem
you
like
gotta get
Kobe
your
was a
player
dumb
involved.
player.
Yeah, but you gotta give him a chance. Like you'll never know what they capable of if you never give him a chance. I feel like Kobe never
that's
gave him a chance.
that's a fair point, but Kobe's just different, man. I'm more of the Kobe. When I play basketball, I'm more of the Kobe type. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to see and wait and figure out what the fuck you gonna do. I'm gonna
Uh,
put that. I'm gonna put it up, get it back,
okay,
and give it to me.
okay. I'm glad you said that. So when you run to like a defensive team, like the Pistons, it's
if
Matt
I
Legs in
run
the
it,
mouth.
if I run
I
into
feel
a defensive team, like if I got the best defender on me, then I'm running more pick and rolls. I'm getting my others involved until I get going.
oh
So
no, I
yeah,
just feel like that's why they lost that series against the Pistons because Kobe was always used to be the go-to guy. We ran to a
Kobe was
player.
dealing with a lot, especially during that time. But bro, once Shaq left and it was just him and Lamar, I get what you say. You gotta give him a chance, but brother, Kobe is not going for none of that shit.
Hey, that goes to what? That goes back to what? IQ, right?
Yeah and no at the same
How?
time. Cause I'd rather Kobe take that shot 100 times and miss it 100 times and pass that bitch. It's just the team setup, and he in the West too. So it's just the West back then was so tough, bro. Kobe had to take them shots. He had
I
to.
feel like I feel like we be trying to have it both ways when we say that LeBron is the better scorer, but we rather have Kobe shooting the last shot.
Oh
That
no,
could
I don't really care for the last shot
Yeah,
argument.
me either.
You can pick anybody. LeBron might
really,
not take the shot, but he'll get the right person open. I feel like the narrative around LeBron in the last shot has been dragged for a long time. LeBron can hit that shot. He's took that shot. He's made that shot. He's missed it,
but
along with
he but
everybody
he
else.
but he's attempted to make the right basketball play versus being aggressive like we've seen Jordan and Kobe do time and time again, and LeBron has been vilified for it because his teammates ain't able to execute. But
Yeah.
doesn't that go towards having bad IQ? Justo, if LeBron is not smart enough to take it upon himself, putting it
But
in Kyle Korver hands and stuff like that.
but at the same time, he carried like that's what I'm saying. He controlled the pace of the game, so it's not fair for him to keep do it. He can't do everything. He's the ball handler. He's a defender, and he's the man of the court. Kobe
And
don't have that.
it's
Yeah,
situational
that's what I'm
too.
saying.
I
It's
think
situational.
you can't be mad at Brown for giving it to a person like Kyle Korver, even though the game is on the line. Kyle Korver is one of the greatest shooters of all time. He just missed a shot.
I just
Feel me?
think LeBron. I feel like LeBron kind of lay on his sword with that because I feel like he'd give. If like I want to be a LeBron team than Kobe team. Like I wouldn't get. I wouldn't want the ball so late in the game if I don't have no rhythm.
So
So
who would you
that's my
want to
thing.
take the last shot? Brown, Jordan, and Kobe.
I let Kobe take the last shot. All because he has the tendencies of making making that shot. Because he's been there before. But you can't. Bron has game winners too, but it's like it's well thought. It's like that's the only option. So that's what I'm saying. Like let's not act like LeBron don't have no game winners because he does. That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel
He
like
might
Bron,
got more game winners than Michael and Kobe.
Yeah, I'm
but
about
it
to say.
but those like I feel like his game winners are good shots. Kobe's game winners are bad shots.
But as a win is a win. That's what we
I
doing.
get
You
it.
being petty now, bro.
I get it. But then I feel that's why he had that type of injury. He did. He took a lot of bad shots.
I watch him. I watched all three of these guys play, and watching Michael, I just never seen him miss like that when they counted the most. Yo, Michael never disappointed, Joe.
Wait, hold on. I feel like Michael he never really experienced nothing. He always had a great team. I feel that's one thing. You gotta separate from Kobe. LeBron is like Jordan never had experience. Losing Pittman or losing. Not having a complete team. So I
But
feel
look
like
what you're saying. If you have a complete team and you still need buzzer beaters to win, that means that the competition is greater. So you have to give Michael more credit than anything. If Michael had a better team and this game still came down to the wire, that would lead you to believe that the opposition was just as good, right?
I feel like back then. Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like we kind of glorified Jordan. Well, he was getting his ass kicked against the Celtics too. Nobody never talked about
Who
that.
through their journey, who had the toughest, I don't want to say strength of schedule, but opposition wise. And I know Kobe and LeBron kind of mixed in, but who would you say had the toughest opponents? LeBron, Kobe, or Michael?
I
In the
say Bron.
finals,
I say Bron.
in the finals,
And
Now,
it's
as
just
legacy,
having to play
legacy
throughout the
period.
career. When you look
I
out
thought
throughout the
legacy.
career,
I say
opposition.
Bron.
You
I
say
say
Braun,
yeah,
I
toughest
probably say
toughest opponents.
LeBron.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say
You got to think
LeBron
about it.
too.
He played one of the greatest team of all time, which is the 2017 Golden State Warriors. Nobody's beating that team.
And you just gotta think about the collection of talent, bro. Just
Yeah,
like
he read to
from
the Dynasty of the Warriors, the Spurs, the Mavs,
he
OKC.
played in the same era as Kobe, Timmy, AI,
Yeah,
E-Man, KG, and then you go to Curry, Kawhi, Harden,
But we
Luka,
do need to take in
SGA.
consideration how the rules change, how the game has changed. I mean, defensive has been formatted and orchestrated different. Some will argue the way the game was played when Michael and them it was much tougher. Shout out
I'm
to my brothers,
sorry. I'm
Lakers Ave in
sorry.
the building.
I'm not playing in the '90s. Like they played dirty in the '90s. Like Vince Carter. I mean, one time he was like on one like ESPN podcast. He was saying how the '90s was like it was like kind of a dirty era because when they used to always pull their jerseys and stuff like that, and they used to do all slick stuff to injure them. So
That's
I'm
one
not saying like
thing.
I would play in the '90s. Like that's rough. That's prison ball. I used to play back then.
I man,
And I'm swinging.
I
It's
don't
like everybody in
agree.
my mom swinging.
I don't agree with the era was tougher to play back then. The only thing that I can agree about is the spacing. You got so many
Yeah,
bigs clogging up the spacing. It's not any shooter spacers. So other than that, bro, the defense was not that fucking like, bro. That defense was ass. Like they would like to highlight how the defense is so, bro. We have to cover so much more ground and react and move so much more because of shooters and how the game has progressed. Like the defense wasn't, bro. Them niggas was just tackling niggas out there because they couldn't guard them. The rules to stop Jordan was foul this nigga, hurt his ass. We
exactly.
can't guard him, hurt him, take him out the game. I don't care what you. That basically what the like, bro. That junk, it was that era of basketball was you could have somebody like Jordan. I'm not saying that everybody was Jordan and you could have a system like this, but you could have a scorer, you could have a rebounder, and the rest of the people out there are straight defense. That's all you needed, bro. You get a ball to this one nigga and he's gonna ISO the whole game. They did it with the bigs. Give it to the big ISO. We're playing off the big. Like, bro, that offense, that shit was horrible. You think about it now, like, bro, you run a pick and roll, that big is popping. He'll catch
Hmm.
that bitch, put it on the floor. Then he might can do something else with the ball. Like, it's so much more now that we have to do on that they have to do on the court compared to back then. It was easier, in my opinion.
And the skill and competition is a way lot more greater than it was than it ever has been.
And that's where I think LeBron's played the greatest competition because you just think about on top of the rules changing, he played in the 2000 era where it was slow, dead ball. Then you move into the 2010s era where you're transitioning in small ball bigs and small lineups. Then you get to the 2015, 2016, the 2020. We playing small ball. We're running small ball, more
True.
spacing, extra shooting. So LeBron has played against so many players that don't make sense, and it's not just bums either. He's some of the greatest players of all time, along with Michael Jordan and Kobe.
And I hear back in the day, like players like Shaq, T Mac. I hear them all say they would have dominated, but the thing is they would have busted our ass too.
Like for real,
Like
bro.
Shaq would even, I feel like Shaq would be a Westbrook right now.
What the fuck
Cause
are y'all gonna do
he
with
can't
Giannis
shoot free
coming down the
throws.
lane,
Yeah, he
bro?
can't shoot free throws. He can't defend nobody. All that grab somebody now, take somebody out the air. You out the league, man. Like no team won't deal with that. So they say that they say all that, but you got to guard them too.
What do y'all think about this statement by Mark Cuban on LeBron James being able to take a bad team to the finals, but not Michael Jordan? He says that if you have a good team, you need a killer. You would go with MJ. If you have a team that's good and you want them to be better, and as a team go to the finals, you go with LeBron. Michael is not going to lift up a bad team. LeBron can. Like, who would I rather have to take the last shot? MJ. Who's going to help your team get better? LeBron. Do y'all agree or disagree with that?
I think LeBron will be. I think he'll be greater on a good team. I think he'll perform better on a good team than Jordan. Like I'm saying, imagine him being. Imagine like you just said. Imagine taking a bad team to the finals. What you think? What you think he would have did on a good team?
But we see this is the thing, and y'all know I'm a LeBron guy. We're giving LeBron a bunch of credit for losing. He took a bad team in the Eastern Conference to a championship and got swept, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't win. And when you look at it, can you answer me what did Michael have? I mean, what did Michael have, honestly, that LeBron didn't have?
Mm, that's a good question.
When you really think about it, how much of a because I know he didn't have a Phil Jackson, I know he didn't have a Shaquille O'Neal or Scottie Pippen, but when we measure what
Oh,
LeBron help
I can answer
was,
that question. I can answer that question.
okay,
A good organization.
you don't think Miami was a good organization?
No, we talking about Cleveland, right?
Through his career, because everybody's, I'm just looking at LeBron. He's won in 3 destinations. When you're comparing and saying that um, LeBron won with less, so this, that, and the third, everybody want to say that Michael won with this great team along with Scotty and others. What did Michael honestly have that LeBron never had?
I say a good
Michael,
support system.
Michael, bro. I think the difference is we talking about Kobe too, or just Michael and LeBron.
Kobe and Michael. But I was just
I
thinking
think
about Michael.
I think Michael just in that era. It's complicated to talk about because when Michael started his career, he was playing against other greats. The Pistons were younger, so they were running the East along with the Celtics. So then when Jordan finally gets help, he never loses. But LeBron coming into his career, this is where Kobe falls out of combo for me because Kobe came in, he was a role player. He wasn't even like, that's why I don't understand why Kobe be in a lot of these combos, but I do get it at the same time because Kobe is like that. But LeBron, I don't know which term it is, a floor raiser or a sealer. I think it's a floor raiser. LeBron's ability, no matter who you put out there, to just will them to wherever they need to go, the finals, conference finals. Like I feel like a prime example of that is 2009 against Orlando. Y'all wanted LeBron to go out there and average 45 like Michael on a team where they had Zadrunas Ilgauskas guarding the White Howard. Like it's just like it's all situational, and LeBron is just the way he can control the pace, control the team, control the tempo, get everybody where they need to go. That's another reason why I think Michael and Kobe aren't the floor raisers that LeBron is because he's going to control the offense. You
Hmm,
have a player that's so great on offense and defense and can run your offense for 46 straight minutes. All right.
I
And,
agree.
and people hate to say it, a lot of people don't give Isaiah credit. Like Isaiah was Steph Curry in that generation, Jordan era. So
Whoa,
that's
whoa.
because
Steph Curry?
yes, he was the Steph
Isaiah
Curry
Thomas with Steph Curry.
in Jordan's era. Yes.
Give
I say,
well, I
I
think
say
I know
Isaiah
where he
Thomas
going with it. I
was
But
think
Chris.
I'm saying as a competition. Yes.
I think he was more like a winning Chris Paul, in my opinion. Like Chris
you're not
Paul just
comparing styles of play. You're just talking about that pest, that one guard, that one thing that was in his way.
Now,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That that was in his way. Yes, like championship wise. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it took him. Like I was saying, I feel like
but
Jordan. It took him to take this round from that team to start winning championships. I feel like if this round never came to the
no,
Pistons, I
they
don't
won
think he
three
would have had.
before. They won three without
Yeah, I feel
before
that's
then.
that's all he would have won was three.
Oh shit.
It would have been a different conversation.
Oh
I
shit.
I personally think Mike would have lost to Hakeem, but I just think the gap, or it really isn't a gap. I just think the playmaking is probably what separates the team of why LeBron can get his teams further because he's controlling more of the offense instead of just forcing the issue scoring. Because it's really, I think Michael and Kobe can lead their teams to a certain extent, just not to the same extent LeBron can. I really can't put it into words, but if I had to, I think that would be what it would be, just the playmaking. Kind of like Luca, he's gonna have the ball so much to where the game won't get out of reach because
Right.
he's not gonna be forcing shots. And not to say that Kobe and Mike are just forcing up shots every time they get down the court, which they aren't, but it's just different. When you think the game a certain way, you're more. I know they say LeBron isn't more of a passer than a playmaker, but I really just think it depends on the game and the situation. So when you got a player like that, it's just different.
Good shit, fellas. That was some good shit. Let me go ahead and get up out of here. Go ahead and lock this in, man. I appreciate y'all joining me, man. This was definitely a dope conversation. How we expanded off a couple of these topics, especially this Mark Cuban conversation. I'm gonna make sure I put this content out so we can hear from the people and get their thoughts on the differences and the similarities between these iconic stars, man. Appreciate my boy Bit and Justo for joining me as always. I'll catch y'all tomorrow if y'all free.
All right, now I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll be here. I'll be
All
here
right, man. I
tomorrow.
holler at y'all. Y'all be safe. And make sure if y'all guys are new to the playback room, join the playback room. We got a lot of new features coming down the pipeline. So it is going to be so lit for us in preparation for opening night in October, Lakers versus Warriors. Y'all know how we do. Stay safe, everybody. See y'all tomorrow here in Lakers Land. I am out. Peace.